Jennings to the infirmary.
I love you, Lance. I love you more than I've ever loved anyone. I'll admit that I had a lot more on my mind today than just horseback riding.
Ooh. I like it. Oh.
I sense a certain coldness in your kiss, Lance.
Oh, man.
Is it because you don't think that I'm good enough for you?
Drexler wants to see you.
My husband's family has owned this land for 200 years. My heritage is impeccable. And don't go throwing your blue blood in my face.
Mr. Drexler, I got the agenda for your cell block meeting, and I wrote Senator Keats about the import laws you want changed.
I hear you getting out tomorrow. Is that right, Curt?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. You've been an excellent secretary.
It's a way of working off what I owed you.
Hey, Curt, I got something for you.
This can't be. I mean, where am I supposed to get $35,000?
Curtis, you should have thought of that before you ran up the debt. Hey, we're in need of a heart-to-heart talk, Curt. How long has it been since we had a heart-to-heart talk?
We never had a heart-to-heart talk.
Oh, that's too long. Okay. You come from a large family, Curt. Oh, well, I do. And you know how it is with large families. Huh? They keep in touch. You know, no matter what little differences they may have, no matter how far from each other they may be, those family bonds, they stay tight. And your family, Curt.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. And you're one of my boys. And like any papa, there comes a time when I gotta be warm and kind. And there comes a time when I gotta be harsh. Now, if you should have any trouble whatsoever in remembering your little debt to me, then it may become necessary to be harsh. So no matter where you are, Curt, I'll find you. And I'm gonna spank you.
I understand.
I'm a very patient man. You got 2 weeks.
Time for changes. Yeah, it's time to change my ways. And what's strange is it's been coming on for days. I can feel it, 'cause it's in the air. Feels like changes. Feels like changes. It's time for changes. Time for stepping out at last. Nothing changes if you're living in the past. If you feel it, then you're almost there. Feels like changes. Well, there comes a time when you look back and see the places that you're leaving, and you don't mind. All that concerns you are your future destinations, different faces than the ones you left behind. Time for changes. Time to get my life in gear, rearrange it, find out where I go from here. Can't you feel it? Feel it in the air. Feels like changes. It feels like changes.
All right, quiet, everybody. Here we go.
Rolling. Stormwatch, scene 5, take 1.
And action.
I love you, Lance. I love you with a love I've never felt before.
Cut! Back to position 1, boys. Cartier, it's Rick you love. Rick was a love you never felt before.
Are you sure?
Do you know your character's name?
Rick?
Rick, you see, it's Rick.
Rick. I apologize. Greg, you must admit that the line bears the teeniest similarity to what I told Lance last week.
Cartier, I'm trying to get through a day here.
All right, let's go again, boys.
Storm watch, scene 132, take 3.
And action.
I love you, Rick. I love you with a love I've never known before.
I can't give you much on a pilot's salary. I'll request the Asian route, and we'll go where Walker can't touch us. What do you say, Valentina?
I say, kiss me. Kiss me like you've never kissed a woman before.
It's been a real pleasure working with you, Miss Rand.
Thank you.
Frankly, when I got this job, I was very surprised.
Oh, you too?
Wonderful, wonderful scene, Cartier.
Thank you.
Now, we have some insignificant details to wrap up. You can relax, Rex.
What details, Alf?
Well, I don't know where to start. We have personal appearances lined up. Celebrity Circus wants you as an elephant girl. A lingerie line wants to name their pantyhose after you.
We have a group of affiliates flying in who want to meet with you for champagne brunch. Ordinarily, I would have said no, but these are major market people.
And the studio has picked up your option for another season of Stormwatch.
What? What did you say?
Honey, you knew they would.
Oh, it's just hearing it out loud. It's so chilling.
I think we should hold off on the pantyhose unless they sweeten the deal.
Whatever you say. Alf, why are you doing this? You know I hate it.
At the network, we found that Love Weapon tested very well in all age groups, Miss Rand.
Oh. I don't want to be an elephant girl. I do not want to be tested like a chemical. And most of all, I passionately do not want to be a love weapon.
Cartier, honey, will you listen to me?
No.
Well, just stop by the agency tomorrow and we'll talk. She's great. So long, honey. Bye.
What's going on? Oh, Miss Carpenter. What happened?
Beats me. I guess I blacked out temporarily.
Your secretary opened fire on your house, Miss Rand.
What? I must be more hostile than I thought.
I knew Miss Carpenter had a little drinking problem.
Should have fired her long ago, Cartier.
All right, then. Now, you're the business manager. Find me a secretary who's not training to be Annie Oakley.
Look, Cartier, you pay a lot of people good money to insulate you from these things. Let us do our job, all right?
All right.
Cartier, what's wrong?
I don't know, Ben. I'm just so fed up with everything.
You work all your life to be a star, and now you're complaining? It may surprise you to know some people never get to appear on prime time.
Well, I don't want to be a love weapon.
You have a gift. If it were easy being a love weapon, everyone would be. Run upstairs, take your nap. I'll finish up here and find you a new secretary.
All right, Ben. I'm going to tell you something. If I have to be treated like a love weapon all day, I want some sanctuary when I come home at night. So you find me a woman who is going to be like a sister to me. No, a mother. Better still, find me a grandmother.
Cheryl. God, Cheryl, how'd you find me?
Oh, smell like fish, Kurt.
Well, I'm a fish scraper, Cheryl.
Yeah, well, I got the name of your parole officer, and he told me I could find you here. Jocko's Cafe ain't exactly as fancy as it sounds,
My
huh?
boss watches me like a hawk. Maybe
Yeah,
we
so
could...
how's it going so far? You sell out any old friends lately?
I thought we could meet somewhere.
You creep! After all I've done for you, and what do I get, huh? No thanks, no marriage, no money.
You gotta get out of here. You think it's easy for an ex-con to find a job?
I ain't leaving till I get my cut.
Cut? What cut? Are you nuts? When I got busted, I gave back every dime.
And I gave up so much for you. I had a future. And then you come along and you bat those big baby blues at me and suck on my earlobes for a while and you talk me into doing some stupid oil scam with you.
Shut up!
You owe me, Buster, and I'm gonna collect. I'm gonna stick to you like garlic. I'm gonna be on your back until it breaks. I got feelings too, you know?
Got woman troubles?
Well...
You need TLC. I'll meet you on your break.
Don't you think we should maybe wait until we're through with our shift?
You've waited long enough. Besides, I have to get dinner ready for my husband when he gets off work.
Really? What your husband do?
He runs a restaurant.
No kidding. Which restaurant?
This restaurant.
Learn pest control from the ground up. Better jobs in prison.
True enough.
Who are you?
My name is J.J. Phanopoulos, an associate of Phil Drexler's.
You Phil's collector?
It sounds so janitorial.
I can give you an installment. I got the $50 here. That's all I got.
That'll be fine. That leaves the remaining balance of $34,950. You have a week and a half.
You know how long it takes for an ex-con to find a job, any kind of job? And I beg to be a fish scraper.
Drexler gave you the number of some people who could help you, huh?
Yeah, I don't want his help. His help is why I'm in this jam. Got me a soft job in prison. That cost me $3 grand. Crap games cost me another $7 grand. 10 grand for protection. I have the file. So I don't need his help.
Look, Drexler runs an empire from that cellar of his. You can't run, you can't hide. In a week and a half, you could be dead.
You gotta give me more time.
No way. What I can give you, however, is a phone number.
And action!
What do you mean Miss Lombardo isn't showing up? Miss Rand has been without a secretary for 3 days. Do you have any idea how taxing her work is?
I love you, Franco. I've never known a love like this.
If you want our business, Mr. Dean, you will convince Miss Lombardo to delay her hip surgery.
It's non-elective. She was hit by a bulldozer. I know that. I know that, Mr. Folsey.
Referred by Mr.
Please, Mr.
Drexler.
Folsey, you are not listening to me.
Nice. Typing, filing, clerical skills.
I want someone here at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
How in blazes am I going to do that? What? Well, Mr. Folsey, our standards are very exacting here. I just can't send it over anyone. Okay. Well, congratulations, Mr. Folsey. This is your lucky day. One of our out-of-town clients just this second waltzed in here, and it's just what you're looking for. Yeah, can I send him over tonight?
Him? I told you, Dean, Miss Rand wants a confidant, not some starstruck stud. She wants a woman, a companion.
Mr. Folsey, have I ever steered you wrong? Mr. Taylor here is very capable, trustworthy, professional, and gay.
Gay? Really?
I'd stake my life on it. In fact, I'd stake his life on it.
Well, that just might work out. Send him over tonight.
Certainly, Mr. Folsey. Pleasure, pleasure. You may have yourself a job, son.
Mr. Dean, I absolutely refuse.
Take it easy. Hold on. Relax, son. Relax. Everything's gonna be all right. Just check something out here. $35,000 in a week and a half.
I'm not gay.
I got a great little resume here for you. And we'll provide you with the suitable clothes, the cost of which will come out of your first check.
Mr. Dean!
Nice little bonus in here for you. Do this job right. $35,000 even.
What job could be possibly worth that kind of money?
Just the layout of Cartier Rand security system.
Goodbye.
Phil Drexler owns this place. You think he understands about Miss Lombardo getting hit by a bulldozer? He does not. He was counting on her to be our inside liaison.
Look, I don't know.
You owe Drexler Cartier Rand. You don't owe her nothing. She's rich and she's famous. Besides, she don't give a hoot about people like you.
Just the layout to the security system.
Then you're free as the birds. On the other hand, I don't have to tell you what would happen if you don't pull this thing off.
Doggone it, Cartier. I don't like it. I thought you was going to get a female secretary.
Well, I did too, darling, but Ben says that this man is highly qualified. Another drink for us?
Thank you, no, Cartier.
Margot.
I guess he's going to be living here like your last secretary.
Morgan. Darling, the man is gay. Do you think I would really have agreed to this if there was the slightest chance of him lusting after me?
Cartier, here is my last word. You know I hate that Hollywood crowd you surround yourself with. They're nothing but a bunch of parasites, psychopaths, and producers. But at least they don't live here. If you've got to have a man living here, and it ain't me, honey, he better be one bona fide sissy.
Your new secretary's here, Miss Rand.
Show him in, Monica. Morgan, please, will you relax? You have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Morning.
Morning.
Did you sleep all right?
I slept really fine. Look, I got a meeting with Miss Rand upstairs, and in just a few minutes.
Miss Carpenter used to have your room.
Right.
Did you notice the locks? Good, strong locks. In case you should need any privacy.
Okay, thank you.
If you need anything, you just holler.
Oh, I will.
Anything at all.
Come in. Oh, not so loud.
Morning.
Sit. Ben tells me you're European trained.
Yes. Well, I've always admired the European secretarial tradition.
Well, you know, it's strange because one has heard about the European culinary tradition and the European ballet tradition, but almost nothing about the European secretarial tradition.
Well, it's kind of a specialized tradition.
Whatever it is, my main concern is integrity. I have to put up with insincerity all day long at the studio, and when I come back here, I want straight talk and straight vodka. I will overlook a forgotten phone message, but I'll kill you if you're dishonest.
Yes, well, I like to think of myself as being honest.
Well, I like to think I'm going to buy Texas and live forever, but I wouldn't count on it. Sweetheart, can you help me with this thing?
Morgan, I cannot move. Even my cuticles are hung over.
Mr. Taylor, can you tear yourself away from your dollies for a second?
Oh, yes, sir.
Tell me something, Mr. Taylor. You must have a certain flair for fashion. Do you think my shirt matches this tie?
Well, I think it makes the whole ensemble work for me. And it brings out the turquoise in your eye.
I don't know anything about fashion. I just know what I like.
Don't we all?
Sweet Pea, I'll call you later, unless something important comes up.
What a charmer.
I believe in taxes, I believe in real estate, and I believe that secretaries ought to be women. However, I've been persuaded to bend that belief on account of your special edition.
Thank you, sir.
But if I were to learn that you were a regular person working closely with my woman, I would be unrestrained in my disappointment. And when that happens, Stampede is safer than I am.
Don't mind Morgan. He's just a little possessive, that's all. We've been friends for years.
I think he sees himself as more than a friend. Of course, it's none of my business.
No, it's not, and he does. It's complicated.
You always wear this much jewelry when you jog?
Especially when I jog. Their weight keeps my biceps toned.
Thought you felt lousy.
Oh, I do. After this, I'll probably feel lousier. But I like each day to have a theme. Okay, that's lousy enough.
Well, look at these places. Bet you like some stock in these security systems, huh?
Insecure is a better word for it. Everywhere you look, you see silent alarms, electric eyes, killer dogs.
You have killer dogs?
I do have a rather testy parakeet, but I keep all my valuables in the safe. I know it's a bit old-fashioned.
Must be a drag not being able to trust anybody, huh?
Well, it isn't that I don't trust anybody. I do. I trust... You really learn to be wary when everybody wants a piece of you.
Boy, I know how that feels.
You do?
Well, I don't know how that feels on the same scale that you know how that feels, but I mean, compared to you, I've lived rather simply.
And sometimes I think that simple is better.
You know, Miss Rand, I've only seen you on television. You're a little different than what I expected.
It's the hair. To be honest, you're a little different from what I expected.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't seem... Could we please jog? I have a very busy morning. Up and at 'em.
And she has a small safe in the living room. There's a Japanese kimono hanging over it. That's where she keeps the big rocks her boyfriend's always giving her. Now, I've already gone over the security system with you. Can I quit now?
Not quite.
Oh.
The security system you described can only be deactivated by a key.
Yeah, I know that. So what? Get it. Now, wait a minute. Nobody said anything about a key.
Nobody knew it was so crucial.
Look, I'm beginning to feel a little weird about this. I think this lady's beginning to trust me.
So what? Curt, I explained to you what kind of person Cartier Rand is.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure you were right about that. Anyway, I can't get the key. It's just not possible.
You know, boy, I'm constantly amazed about this business, about what becomes possible, provided a man has a strong enough motivation.
Cartier, Cat threatened to leave Stormwatch. You're totally identified with the Valentina Garnett character.
Everyone in every supermarket checkout line sees your face right next to the sugarless gum. And you know how many people chew gum.
Hal.
No, Arthur, no. Oh, I like being etched in America's mind next to something that you chew up and spit out.
You have more to consider here than yourself.
Why, Arthur? Why do I? This is my life that we're talking about. I could have been miserable doing lots of things. I could have been a game show hostess. Now, there was a time when I was excited and challenged by what I was doing, and I want that back.
Oh, Cartier, honey, you know how hard we tried to sell the network on that Anthony and Cleopatra thing you wanted to do last spring?
They're not doing period pieces.
Curt! Curt, come in here. I want you to take down every word of this.
Let's not overreact.
The networks are doing shows about single working moms, which, let's face it, Cleopatra just isn't.
Hal.
Are you getting that? Cleopatra is not a single working mom.
Maybe if you wanted to do something else, like Mother Courage.
Please.
Something else like Mother Courage. Miss Rand!
I'm a slave.
Cartier, for Pete's sakes, will you just get in the car?
Go away, I want to be alone.
In the middle of Rodeo Drive?
Don't you have some crank mail to answer?
Stop your car, Davis.
10%. Who cares like
All right, look. I'm sorry you're depressed, but I think you've got to keep things in perspective here.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Just that a lot of people wouldn't find this the most depressing setting in the world, that's all.
Oh, Valentina, I hope your attorney gets you a better settlement than mine got me. And you can do better than Lance.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I hate that.
What? Fan recognizing you?
Oh, it wasn't me that she recognized. It was Valentina Garnett. I am Cartier Rand. Whoever that is, that's not even my real name.
I haven't known you all that long. But from where I stand, it seems to me you got it made. Okay, now maybe I'm wrong, but if you're really unhappy with your agents, why do you let them push you around? Go ahead and quit. Before you do, I'd think twice. Because you got a good thing going here, and it's pretty damn scary making a fresh start. Believe me, I know.
Maybe it's scary, and maybe it's not.
Look, Cartier, I'm sorry. I was probably way out of line. Cartier, listen, Cartier! Hello, Cartier! Cartier!
Hot day for a walk?
Am I fired?
No.
Look, I am sorry. I admit I was wrong.
Oh, I didn't say that you were wrong. Sit down. You know, Kurt, it's really interesting, but I can't think of a single soul who would have said those things that you said to me this afternoon. That's not to say that I didn't find your outburst exceedingly rude.
Thanks for not firing me. I owe ya.
Mm-hmm. You certainly do. My favorite writer on the show is feeling a bit blocked. And when he's blocked, so is my dialogue. He thinks he is psychotic. I just think he's lonely. Are you involved with anyone on a permanent basis right now?
Why do you ask?
Admittedly, this isn't your usual bar scene. You get an older, more professional crowd. Quite frankly, I've had it up to here with muscle shirts and gaga lights.
Yeah.
What was that, Kurt? I didn't quite hear you.
Come here often, do you?
Oh, I suppose I do. Cartier mentioned I think I'm losing my mind. Don't you want to take off those dark glasses?
Well, see, I got these drops in my eyes and they've been burning me really bad.
Cartier's making noises about quitting you.
Yeah, I heard that.
She won't. They make noises, they renegotiate, they shut up. I've seen it over and over. You like dancing?
Well, yeah, I do. No. I mean, talk about 2 left feet.
Cartier warned me you might be a little shy.
Look, Raymond, my ankles have been killing me. I mean, I've been retaining water like
said
crazy.
you'd need a little coaxing.
Yeah, I got gal. Raymond, aren't we rushing things? I mean, really, Raymond.
Enough is enough is enough.
Where is that key? Come on.
Curt!
Mr. Posey. Nice day, huh?
Well, yes, I suppose it is a nice day. Much too nice to spend with your head stuck in the drawer. Why was your head stuck in the drawer?
Well, you know, I was just trying to thoroughly familiarize myself with all the...
Oh, I bet you were.
Excuse me?
Curt, forgive me if I'm blunt. Could we just cut the garbanzo?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
I've been going back over your resume.
You have?
Impeccable. MBA from Yale, 2 years at the Sorbonne, awarded the Silver Cross for speed alphabetizing.
Yeah, well...
And I say to myself, now, why does a guy like this, with those kinds of credentials, need this job? I mean, the pay isn't all that great. Working for Cartier Rand's no day at the beach. What's your angle?
Angle?
What are your hopes, your dreams? What do you want to be a year from now?
Alive.
Don't get metaphysical with me. I've been around this town a long time. I've seen people in your position cozy up to a star, exploit that star's goodwill for personal gain.
Mr. Folsey, what are you suggesting?
Simmer down. I'm not suggesting anything. Let me just say I have my eye on you.
Are you trying to say that I don't look honest?
Relax. I'm not saying you're about to rob the place. Now, why don't we just go take that typing test?
What typing test?
Didn't I mention the typing test?
No.
Well, your resume says you type how many words a minute?
Oh,
yes, 120. Oh, come on now. Show me what you're made of. Let those fingers fly.
Mr. Folsey, the attorneys are here for their meeting.
All right, put them out by the pool. We'll get back to that test shortly, okay, Curt? Don't worry. I'm sure you're everything you seem to be. I don't like you, Curt.
They say you don't like dating women.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, well, they would be right.
I say, maybe you just haven't met the right one. After all, what's not to like?
I don't believe it works that way, Monica.
Anyway, with any luck, I'm sure that Curt's all a twitter about someone special he met last night.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, look, you're blushing. Imagine me, America's vixen, a matchmaker.
Wonderful.
You know, this morning while I was doing my leg raises, I started thinking about your date with Raymond.
well, it wasn't actually a date.
And I realized that it must take a great deal of guts to have an evening like that.
Tell me about it.
So many men that I know are hiding behind one facade or another, and I really admire your willingness to let the world know who you are.
Well,
Time I did the same thing.
what do you mean?
Just like you said on the street, if I'm unhappy on Stormwatch, I should do something about it.
Like what?
I'm leaving the show.
I said that?
Not in so many words, but you did have a certain amount of influence, yes.
Look, Cartier, I don't want you to do anything crazy because of me.
Now, I'm having a little, do at the house tonight. Russ Hauser, who plays my husband in the show, and his wife, Margot, is coming. I might as well tell him so he can salvage his career. It's rather embarrassing. I'm becoming decent.
Cartier.
Since Morgan is away at his ranch emasculating bulls, would you mind being my escort at dinner?
I don't...
Oh, I'll have wardrobe get you a tux. Oh, and don't worry about tidying up the desk. I don't leave anything important in there anyway. Bye.
Bye.
Yes?
I want to see Curt Taylor.
Well, you're gonna have to state your name.
Yeah, well, let me see Curt Taylor. I'm a dear face whore. No, you don't. Curt!
Sis! Look at that face, Monica. Is that a face or is that a face?
Curt, we
How's
gotta
Mom?
talk.
How's
Curt,
Pop?
we're gonna talk.
How's little Trixie? And
They're
how's
fooling,
Kurt?
Curt. All right. What is going on here?
Sure, you gotta get out of here.
Look, what is all this brother-sister stuff, huh, Curt? I smell a scam going down, and I expect my cut.
What are you talking about?
Look, Buster, all your life you've been on the take. You've never cared about anybody but yourself. Well, maybe someday you will. And when you do, I hope you get the same dumperoo you always been giving everybody else.
There's nothing going on here.
Good. Then you won't mind if I stay a while.
Oh, I'm gonna...
Go ahead. Kill me. After all I meant to you, kill me. Take your best shot, buddy. Go ahead. After all I meant to you.
Cartier! Hi. Cheryl Cartier Rand.
The star? The person. Monica told me that your little sister was here. You never mentioned you had a sister.
Didn't I?
Do you have dinner plans? One of my guests has just canceled at the last minute. Typical of this town, and I loathe an unbalanced table, don't you? Besides, I'd really like a chance to get to know Curt's little sister. We'll have cocktails at 7.
Cartier, I realize that you've been quite unhappy there for some time,
It's
but...
just that after studying at the Royal Academy for all those years, I really feel I'm not getting the opportunity to stretch beyond the show. I mean, I want to do some theater. I want to do a Broadway play, a meaningful film. Don't you agree, Margot? Anyway, Russ, what I really wanted to tell you is that I'm thinking of leaving the show at the end of the season.
Uh-huh.
Well, I appreciate you're not getting hysterical, darling, but I do feel there's a reaction somewhere between hysteria and
Yeah, well, I'm hysterical. I mean, I, of course, can only speak for we the masses, but Stormwatch without Cartier Rand? Come on, that's like tuna without mayo.
Thank you.
Yeah, many's the night I can remember watching television wherever I happened to be staying at the time.
Cheryl used to move a lot.
Yeah, and I would say to Curt,
I used to visit Cheryl all the time.
yeah, well, I'd say, hey, Curt, honey.
My sister and I are so close, she calls me honey.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd say, hey, Curt, honey, you know what that Cartier Rand is? Cartier Rand is a class act. Of course, Curt here, being the big con artist that he is, he'd always say, don't worry, sugar. She don't hold a candle to you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Cartier.
Night.
Cartier, why am I supposed to ask Curt about this guy named Raymond? Who the heck is Raymond?
So you are, Gee, I'm really sorry.
Who the heck is Raymond?
Can I wait a second?
Who the heck is Raymond?
Raymond's on the phone
Who the heck is... I can't go till I have my purse.
Mail it to you.
Curt, I want to know who the heck Raymond is.
I just had to say goodnight.
Curt, who is Raymond? Curt, I smell something fishy.
Oh, that kid makes me nervous, Margot. If he ever got a look at Cartier's books, he'd be onto us. He was trained in the European accounting tradition.
Finish it, then. Drain off the last of her accounts and let's get out of town. Please, I'm ready.
First, I've got to get the books out of the house. I can't just walk out with them.
What can you do? There's always someone here. They'll see you.
No, there won't be the night of the Emmys. Cartier's nominated. This place will be dead. I'll get those books out of here, and I'll buy us enough time to split town.
Ben, you're so good.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Anyway, darling, I really appreciate your understanding about all of this.
It was my pleasure. Good night, darling.
Good night. Peanut butter, where are you? If you were peanut butter, where would you be?
Peanut butter is over there in that cabinet by the sink.
Oh, hi. Hi. Do you know that I have lived in this mansion for over 2 years, and I have visited this kitchen approximately 5 times?
Oh, you get that message that Morgan called?
Oh, yes, thanks. He'd been out on a roundup. He told me that he had personally branded 34 heifers and couldn't stop thinking of me.
Nice.
It's really a very strange thing about a woman in my position. So many men are sort of put off by all the fuss, kind of intimidated. I guess that's why Morgan and I get along so well. My career means nothing to him.
You know, it seems to me that a lot of things that are important to you really don't mean a thing.
Don't tell me you're getting concerned about my welfare.
I mean, I've never met anybody like you before. You know, you want people to think you're so tough, but I know how much you really care about things. It seems to me that one thing in the world that you're really still in need of is a good friend.
You see, Morgan and I, well, We became lovers. But we're not very good friends. I don't know how things are with you and Raymond.
Things aren't anyway with me and Raymond.
Yes, well, some men do seem to equate sex with a total relationship, don't you think?
Do they?
Don't they?
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Do what?
Talk to me about men like I was a girlfriend. I feel like we're at a pajama party.
Well, it's just that you don't view male-female relationships like other men view male-female relationships.
Yes, I do. I mean, relationships are relationships. Even a vegetarian knows what to do with a hamburger.
Yes, well, whatever you say.
Yeah, let's just forget it.
Kurt, we can still insult each other, and we can still be friends, okay?
I don't think being friends is such a good idea.
Well, that's what you said that I needed.
Yeah, you don't need me.
Hey, look, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Look, just forget it, really.
Would you turn on the alarm system when you go up? Here, I had this key made for you. It's the key to the security system.
You sure you want me to have this?
Yes, I trust you. Good night.
So he came through for you, huh?
Curt Taylor's a man of his word, J.J. Besides, I explained to him that if he didn't produce that key, we would not only track him down, we would track down every last relative, friend, and pet he ever had, and lean him very hard.
You want my opinion? We should get rid of them anyway.
No, not so fast, J.J. I told him to stay put up in that house, because on Emmy night, when Miss Rand discovers her baubles are missing, somebody's got to take the fall. And I think young Curtis will fill that bill very nicely. Don't you?
Give us a few minutes, will you?
Cartier.
Have a nice lunch?
Cartier, new pages.
Oh, not more rewrites.
Russ.
What?
You want to run them?
Okay. Valentina just entered. Her husband Walker's waiting for her.
You look lovely today, Valentina.
What do you want, Walker? You're only kind when you want something.
Valentina, I've just spoken to your doctor.
Yes, Walker.
Well, there's no easy way to say it, baby. You've got hemophilia.
That's impossible.
It's a very rare strain, possibly a food allergy.
But, Walker, isn't it often fatal?
Yes.
Now, just a minute. Are they serious?
Hardly, Cartier.
Well, they can't do this to me. I may quit, but I will not be erased. Thanks, Davis. Good night. Hello? Hello? How was my day? Not so good. Thank you for asking.
Come in.
It's just been a hell of a day, you know. You've done a lot to this place.
I haven't done a thing with it.
Oh, well, thank God. It's really terrible. Look, I know you don't really approve of me, and I know that some of my problems aren't really very important to you. But there's just nobody to speak to in this whole mammoth monstrosity of a house.
Cartier.
I don't know why, but I just feel that I can talk to you. And even though you said you didn't want to be my friend, I pay you good money, damn it. And I think you should at least try and listen to some of my problems. Oh, I hate crying. You have days when you just want to cry.
Yeah, I do. Today.
Well, why don't you cry then? I feel like an idiot doing this alone.
I don't cry so easy.
Well, neither do I. I mean, I fight it. I fight it with every fiber of my being. I'm a very strong woman.
Yes, you are. You are a very tough cookie.
Oh. Oh. You know, if we were in a movie now, we would be in some little cottage in the woods in the pouring rain. You would be Burt Lancaster and I'd be Cartier Rand. Why don't we slip out of these wet clothes, you'd say? Oh, no!
What no?
Oh, I can't do this to you.
Why not?
Am I out of my mind? I'm toying with your emotions as if your feelings counted for nothing? I mean, this is absurd. Here I am. I'm lonely. I'm depressed, and so I come up here and I start kissing you, and you can't possibly have been enjoying it.
It's something that I could learn to put up with.
Oh, Kurt, my life is complicated enough without adding you to the list of complications. I'm sorry about this, Kurt. I promise you it will not happen again.
But
Red and blue teams report to the softball diamond at 3 p.m.
What do you like for the Emmys tonight, Mr. Wayne?
Oh, I don't want to bet, Mr. Drexler. I can't afford it.
Hey, your lack of fortitude disappoints me. I mean, have you visited our credit department lately?
Well, no.
Oh, here's our credit department now.
Lyndon Dean sent you a message.
Oh. I'm about to become a wealthier man, gentlemen.
Oh, congratulations.
And if Lyndon's plan goes nicely, Mr. Curt Taylor will be rejoining us. Poor Curt. Now, just a few days and already involved in a jewel robbery. Be grateful you're in here with me, gentlemen. It's an ugly world out there.
The usual?
Yeah, clear.
It's Emmy time again here.
Monica! Monica, bring me the rest of my jewels and hurry up.
First stars arriving.
Oh, I'm so late. Monica, will you come and help me with the dress? I'm coming.
The excitement here is just unbelievable, folks.
I don't know what's wrong. I just can't seem to do up this dress.
You're just nervous, that's all.
Nervous? Why should I be nervous? Do you think I care about an Emmy Award? Do you think I really need a small gold statuette to validate my career?
Yes.
You know, I've suddenly come to realize how really brutal honesty is called for.
I'll get your mantilla.
Would you? Kurt! Kurt, where are you? Isn't your tuxedo a little new wave?
Cartier, I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not going? What are my fans going to think? The love weapon can't get a date?
I don't feel very good.
So suffer. Tonight's my night. Tomorrow I'll buy you a little iron lung or something.
Look, I know you can't understand right now, but...
No, it's a stupid kiss, wasn't it? Look, I admit that must have been a revolting experience for you, but just please try and forget it ever happened for the Gipper.
I'm not going. Cartier, I'm sorry, but I'm not going.
All right. I understand. That's what friends do, isn't it? Oh, I forgot. You don't want to be friends, do you? Monica!
Well.
Monica, you have the evening off, right?
Why? Yes, I do.
Enjoy yourself.
Hold it right there. Look, I'm sorry, but I can't let you go through with it. You see, it's become a personal matter. I don't like guns, Mr. Panopoulos, but I had to stop you. Let's face it, you're a pretty big wheel.
Not so big, I think, as David.
As David? No, I think you got that wrong. You see, it was Goliath who was the big guy, remember? Yeah, I'm sure I'm right. David was this little guy. Oh! David?
David.
Cartier.
I got here as quickly as I could.
Why
What
do I have
happened?
to be the one to tell you this? It is just horrible.
Well, what happened?
Your jewels are gone. All the big stones that Morgan gave you. And my car. My car was stolen, too. And for some reason, they stole the financial ledgers as well.
Well, was anyone hurt? Where's Curt?
Well, that's the thing. Cartier. Curt's the one who did it.
Look, Mr. Dean, what's the point in keeping me here, huh? You got the jewels for Drexler. Nobody knows you're involved. course, I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, you're right about that part anyway.
Well, I guess I'll be going.
Phil Drexler's never gonna see these jewels, Curt. Now, here's the story. We showed up at Cartier Rand's house, but you'd already beat us to the jewels. We caught up with you, and in the ensuing shootout, you sort of got blown to bits. Of course, you'd already hid the jewels, and, gosh, if I know where they might be.
Nah, it'll never work. Dressler's too sharp. Be watching you guys like a hawk. You'll never be able to fence that stuff, never.
Not in this country, but we'll lay low for a bit at my place. If it's still over, I know a man there'll be glad to help us out.
Wait a minute, just wait a minute. I'll make a deal with you. $10,000, I keep my mouth shut, I won't say a word. All right. $5,000, take it or leave it.
Well, you got a lot of spunk, boy. That'll earn you some points.
Thanks.
Not enough points. Break his fingers before you shoot.
I trusted him. He ate at my table. He slept under my roof. He even kissed me. No wonder he asked me all those questions about the security system. No wonder he wanted to know where I kept my jewels.
No wonder he didn't go with you to the Emmys.
Yes, that too. No, you keep away from me with that, because I want to be wide awake when they track that rat down. Do they still horsewhip thieves? Because I've got a horsewhip around here somewhere.
I personally knew he was a criminal type all along.
It's in the eyes, beady.
Very beady.
Absolutely.
Of course, everybody knew it except me. Huh, I actually thought that we were becoming friends. But as usual, all he wanted was something from me, just like anybody else.
Cartier, the award show just called. Darling, you won.
Congratulations.
Who cares? Rex, sit.
I'm sure we can work something out here.
We're going in the storeroom, then you run, then I shoot you in the back.
Well, that sounds like a heck of a plan, Dave. What if I don't run?
Then I'll shoot you in the stomach.
See.
Now, you run.
You want me to run?
Then I shoot you.
What if you miss?
I never miss.
I don't know, Dave. It's pretty dark in there. Okay. Okay. Okay!
Curt. Curt. Open the door, Curt.
No!
Door,
Oh, boy.
come on. Curt, open this door.
Come on!
Valentina, I spoke to your doctor today. He asked me to talk to you. It seems as though your hemophilia is getting worse.
Oh.
There is one chance for you, though. It seems there's a young researcher in Nova Scotia. He's frantically searching for a cure.
Frantically, Walker? Is it because of me?
Because he's going blind.
Oh.
And cut!
All right, that's 10 minutes, everybody.
Okay.
Wonderful, Cartier. Russ, you did it again.
Why are they doing this to me? I can't quit the show. I'm too depressed to leave.
I think they just want some insurance, Cartier, in case you ever get happy again. Huh?
Oh, I won't.
My toys! Let me go! Keep your hands off of me! Let me go, you creep!
All right. Where is he? Where is he? I know you've done something with him.
You mean your brother?
He's not my brother.
He's not your brother?
No. Now, where is he? Nobody runs out on me.
Well, I don't have him. That treacherous rat stole my jewels.
I knew he was up to something.
Get her out.
The minute I saw him in your house, I knew he was up to something.
How did you know?
He's always up to something. Did you know about him? What do you think he was doing time for?
Doing what?
You heard me?
Morgan. Doing time. Doesn't that mean?
In the slammer, up the river, in the pokey? Yes. I knew the guy was a crook the minute I first laid eyes on him.
Me too. I suppose Morgan told you Curt's resume phony as a $3 bill.
Cartier, I'm afraid you bought yourself a real doozy this time, honey.
Next, we will visit the Studio Lake, where not only John Wayne, but the Marx Brothers made some of their greatest pictures. We call it Duke Soup.
I don't know why he took the books. Maybe he was planning on pulling something else. Maybe he's a check forger, too.
Oh, you two can bicker about this all you want. I'm through for the day.
I'll be right with you, sweetheart.
Oh, you can't.
Over here. Morgan will be out in a minute, Davis.
Cartier.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for being so calm.
Help! Help! Will you unlock this door?
Cartier, I gotta talk to you.
Let me out of this
No,
car.
please.
The hell's Cartier doing with her chauffeur?
Morgan, I'm here.
Hey! Oh, boy.
Well, that tears it. I want to have that Tutti Frutti's head.
Cartier, listen to me. I didn't rob you last night. The reason I stayed home was to try and prevent the robbery.
And how did you happen to know that my house was going to be robbed that night? There was nothing about it in my horoscope.
That's where the whole thing gets a little sticky. I'll admit, when you first hired me, I tried to find out everything I could about your jewels and your security system.
Oh, that does sound so innocent.
I owed a fortune to this guy back in prison. Well, I told myself, you're probably a stuck-up rich jerk who wouldn't miss a couple of diamonds.
You are warming the cockles of my heart with every word you're saying.
Cartier, they said they'd break me in half if I didn't cooperate. But after I got to know you, that didn't matter so much. So I decided to try and stop them, and it didn't work out so hot.
Are you trying to tell me that you risked your neck to prevent the robbery? Why?
I guess because you believed in me. More than I believed in me. Besides, you said you'd kill me if I wasn't honest.
Curt, do you really expect me to believe all this?
Could have just split, you know.
I want every available highway patrolman you got on this thing. I want them around the clock, and I want them border to border. That's right.
You know, Curt, I just do not understand why you can't go to the police and tell them all of this. I mean, after all, you are the innocent victim.
Cartier, I wasn't an innocent victim. At the very least, I broke parole.
Well, I have got a wonderful lawyer for you. He was sensational in my last divorce.
In or out of prison, I'm dead meat. Phil Drexler, the guy I owe money to back in jail, is a very powerful man. Until he gets his jewels...
My jewels?
Until he gets your jewels, he's gonna be looking for me under every rock in the world.
It's not good.
Cartier, you take the car and go. I'm gonna pack up some things and get out of here. See you on TV, huh?
Take care of yourself, Curt.
Oh, boy. Drive! Watch it! Okay, I think we lost him. All right. I get out here.
And what do I do?
Just forget you know me.
Stay where you are.
What?
I said stay where you are and listen to me. Now, I can forgive breaking and entering and conspiring with criminals, but I cannot abide a quitter. You reduce insurmountable odds by beating them. Must I trot out stories of Vasco da Gama and Louis Pasteur, not to mention my own tiny triumphs?
No.
Is it your plan to skulk around for the rest of your life, forever looking over your shoulder? Or how would you like to try living with dignity?
Cartier, the man wants those jewels.
Well, then let him have them. What? Look, you told me that you knew where Lyndon Dean and that hulking creep were, right? So we go there, we get the jewels, and then we give them to Drexler.
They're in Mexico.
I love Mexico, and I haven't been for years.
Even assuming we get to Mexico, what do we do once we get there?
We improvise. Every good actor learns to think on their feet.
Cartier, these people are killers.
You know, I think we should get rid of this car, and I think this dress might be a bit much.
Oh, boy. I can't stand it anymore. I gotta know your real name.
Can't tell you that. You laugh.
I won't laugh.
You tell me what you were in prison for, and I'll tell you my real name.
Phony oil stocks. I sold shares to wells that were never there.
Doesn't it feel good to get it off your chest?
Yeah, it does. Well, come on, Cartier, it's your turn.
Oh, Curt, this is really difficult.
We got a deal here.
Promise you won't laugh.
I won't laugh.
I haven't told anyone that in years. You know, it feels kind of good with the two of us here. Curt! You promised not to laugh, you rat! I'll kill you!
Hi.
Hey. Have I been asleep long?
Nah.
You should get a little nap, Curt. You know, a makeup man that I knew once told me that a little nap is as good as 8 hours sleep. Is that an accident up there?
If it is, it must be a big one. They got... That's no accident. That's a roadblock.
What?
We gotta get off this road. They're looking for us.
Hey, Sarge, look at that VW.
Can't you go any faster?
Hang on, Cartier.
Hey, Henderson, check out the culvert.
Probably move the roadblock to another position by morning.
When you're finished here, meet me at the frontage road.
How close are we to the border?
We're close, but we can't go any further. It's gonna be dark soon. We need the daylight to see. I want to stick to the dirt roads as much as I can.
I saw a sign for a little motel about an hour back.
Great, great. Okay. We'll take it slow. Now, I'm gonna stay on the clay so we don't leave any tire tracks.
I have the uncomfortable feeling that you've done this sort of thing before.
You have as much fun with your last secretary?
White House has not responded to the demands and has adopted a wait-and-see attitude toward this latest development in the Middle East. Coming up next, the latest turn of events in the Cartier Rand kidnapping.
Cartier, you better come in and hear this.
What?
They're saying that I kidnapped you. No wonder everybody's after us.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. That's not funny.
When this is over, they'll see that I wasn't kidnapped. I could call Barbara Walters, but she might think that you've got a gun to my head. Oh, you don't mind, do you?
No, I'm fine, really.
Cartier Rand, known to millions as Valentina Garnett on the popular TV show Stormwatch, is still missing today, and efforts to find her are being intensified. The kidnapper is believed to be her male secretary, who just a couple of nights ago robbed the Rand mansion of several $1 million in jewels.
Would you listen to that?
Miss Rand's character on Stormwatch recently developed hemophilia, and now her absence is being explained by her sudden death.
What?
For co-star Russ Hauser recently learned that his wife of several years has fled with a lover who's been revealed as Ben Folsey, Miss Rand's business manager.
What could Margot possibly see in Ben?
As we reported earlier, Folsey has left the country, and he is suspected of embezzling almost the entirety of Cartier Rand's fortune.
That.
Coming up next, a perspective on the Cartier heist by Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Taxi!
I'm wiped out.
Wait a minute. What about that big rock you got on your finger?
Oh, this is Valentina Garnett's. It's as phony as her name. Or mine.
I don't know what to say.
And Margot, I always thought she was frigid.
Look, I'm sorry. I really am.
Oh, you don't have to do this, Curt. I'll be all right, honestly.
It's okay. It's okay.
Now, I know that we got a little carried away last time, and I know that this puts a tremendous strain on you. What?
Shut up.
Linden, this just came. Taylor got away.
I don't understand. David's never failed us before.
What if Curt Taylor gets to Drexler and tells him the truth about those jewels?
Wire David. Tell him to use every contact he has. I want that troublemaker put out of commission.
What are you thinking?
Oh, just a fantasy, J.J. Wouldn't I love to see Curt Taylor walk through that door right now? We could break his neck with our own hands.
Lyndon, he's not crazy. That kid's 1,000,000 miles away from here.
Besides, my plan may call for disguise.
Oh, really? And you've already come up with a plan, huh?
Not yet, but I will. I think of my feet, remember?
Well, I hope your feet come up with something real good.
Listen, I'll take my feet over that ridiculous gun that you bought anytime. What is that thing?
Cartier gets all it could afford after all the money you spent on these stupid disguises.
Arthur, you got those ratings?
Oh. You see the numbers on Stormwatch? Up 4 points.
I knew this would happen. This whole kidnapping thing has made Cartier hotter than ever. You know, I had 3 movie offers for her since she disappeared.
But Al, what if she doesn't come back?
What are you talking about? Of course she'll come back.
Sometimes they don't. people who were kidnapped.
She'll come back because it would be a completely insane career move for her not to.
You're not hearing me.
And it would destroy me personally if she didn't.
Ah, stupid tire! Ah. Shoot.
Curt. About last night.
Yeah, what about last night?
Well, we haven't really talked about last night.
Oh.
Well, since you're obviously not in the mood to talk about it, then I will. I was a little startled by last night, but then I've been a little startled by a lot of things in the past few days. See, I have found myself getting strongly attracted to a man who insists that he's gay.
Cartier.
Now, you can't imagine how awkward this has felt, and it has felt even more awkward when I found myself in bed with said man.
Cartier, I'm not gay.
No kidding.
I was gonna tell you.
Well, you know, Curt, I could just about figure that out for myself. What I don't understand is why you didn't tell me before.
Because I didn't know how. I mean, after everything that's happened, I just couldn't admit to another lie.
Every single time that I get to trust you, you do something to destroy that trust. Just when I was beginning to think that you were totally honest, you have the audacity to go to bed with me, and you're not even gay.
I think I'm falling in love with you.
I mean, you... What?
I said I think I'm falling in love with you.
That's what I thought you said.
Guess you don't feel the same way, huh?
Curt, I mean, just a minute. In the last day, you've gone from gay secretary to straight gangster. I couldn't even keep score.
Cartier, I am not a gangster.
Whatever.
What?
Just thinking.
Well, what?
I've got no money. I've got no job. I'm running around Mexico with a guy who kidnapped me, looking for some crooks who are probably going to shoot at me.
Yeah, so?
Best I've felt in years.
Now, you remember to tell Maurice we won't give him the time of day for less than $2 million.
I'll remember. I wish you were handling this.
Can't. I want to take care of Taylor before he gets to Drexler.
You think this thing will make it to Buckner bio?
Hell's bells, Jay. Do you think I'd stick $2 million worth of jewels in a plane that can't fly? Must have done this 1,000 times, eh, Jorge? He's much more enthused than he looks.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the village. Get this plane fuel. Best get ready. You want to get out of here before dark.
Yeah. I saw a picture of it in Lynn's office.
So what do we do now?
I thought this is where you're supposed to start thinking on your feet.
Right. I'll listen outside that back window and see how many of them there are.
No. I'll go.
No! Are you kidding? They'll kill you as soon as they recognize you. Besides, I don't want to be left out here with a VW. I don't drive a stick.
Oh, you don't think they're gonna recognize you?
I am an actress. Like the chameleon, Cartier Rand can disappear at will.
Oh, Cartier.
I win an Emmy or did I win an Emmy? Buenos días. ¡Ah! ¿Dónde está el baño?
You can drop the downstairs Spanish, Miss Rand. Where's Curt Taylor?
All right, drop the gun, Phenopolis. Drop it! Back up. Back up. Chameleon, huh?
I tried.
Okay, where are the jewels?
See, Curt? See, I told you I'd come up with a plan. I distracted this thug long enough for you to get the drop on him. Not a complicated plan, I'll admit, but a very effective one.
All right, don't try anything up there. Are jewels inside the plane?
Kid, do yourself a favor and get out of here. We'll rip you to shreds.
Listen, you're not dealing with a couple of garden variety hoodlums here, you know.
Cartier.
Just do not forget who has that gun trained on whom.
Would you just check inside the plane and see if the jewels are in there?
All right, Curt.
Thank you.
Curt, I don't think there's any need to yell at each other in front of these crooks, do you?
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. Move it! Curt, there's a suitcase here.
Ah! Start the engine!
What?
Cartier, get in. I said start that engine!
Curt, we're not going up in this thing.
Senor, no! Too much weight! She will not fly! Will you make her fly? What happened? Come on! Shot at him. Come on! No more! I quit! What do you mean you quit? Fly! Shoot me! Hurt me! What are you doing? Give me that! Give me that! ¡Talando, señor!
thing's wings off.
He's gonna tear our wings off!
Mr. Drexler, you have a visitor.
Mr. Drexler,
Yeah.
there is a bank not far from here called the Mountain First National. Are you familiar with it?
What about?
A safe deposit box has been rented there in the name of Marilyn Halifax.
And who the hell is Marilyn Halifax?
Mr. Drexler, how should I know who Marilyn Halifax is? But if one of your associates takes this address that I'm going to give you, gets a key, goes to the bank, and opens the box, you will find, I believe, the property that you've been waiting for.
What property?
You've heard, no doubt, of the Cartier affair.
What about it?
This is all courtesy of Curt Taylor. But if I give you this address, I want your assurance that his debt to you will be paid in full.
Hey, lady, if what you say is there, yeah.
And you promise that you'll leave him alone?
What do I look like? Some cheap hood?
Yes. Curt, did you really spend the last of our money on this remarkably cheap champagne?
Nope. You spent the last of our money on that remarkably cheap dress. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, you know, a part of me is wondering how I'm going to get back to L.A. and what I'm going to do when I get there. And where I'm going to sleep tonight.
Another part of you doesn't care?
That's a part of me I've almost forgotten about.
Boy, sure was right about this place.
Who?
I worked on a chain gang with a guy near this hill. Said you could sit here when the moon was full. And it was the most beautiful sight this side of heaven.
That man was obviously a poet.
He was in for aggravated assault. So, Cartier, what about tomorrow?
I don't know, Curt. I'm just looking at the moon.